Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley.
All right, thank you, Larry. We are on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it now out of the gun. And his first carry, he loses the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Third and long for Bridgewater. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And it's fielded at the 34. Whoosh! A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That is incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And the linebacking core could certainly be crucial today.
They do everything really, really well. Fly to the football, defend the pass, you name it, they do it, as well as set the defensive front.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
The offense operating inside the 10 at the 8 here. It's 1st and goal. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by...
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Their big tight end, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for. The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
They come out here in the eye. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Oh, he stays up, stays on his feet. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Play fake. Bridgewater. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And now the Buccaneers offense gets set to head back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They come out here in the eye.
All right, here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Looking to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. It'll go in the books as a sack and a look. Of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. As they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set. That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now. In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? And almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. And how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angle.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to get a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Wide open receiver complete. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And now the passing game here in the second quarter is starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Give them 27 yards that time. And it'll give the Bucs a first down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Throwing right, and that's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Their dangerous wide receiver, 48 yards. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've had to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of...
And I think the ball's out. And this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession. So the offense puts the ball on the ground, but they pick it back up. Now they face a third down.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And an encroachment penalty here will cost them 5 yards.
And it makes it so simple, doesn't it? An easy free 5 yards for the offense given to them by the defense.
fresh set of downs here.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive play.
Eight yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, you gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Their big-bodied receiver, 74 yards. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get the top speed and complete that play.
Aguayo on for the PAT. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. With a fumble, but they recover it, and it brings up second down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. A reminder, coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first-half highlights and analysis.
LR, plenty to show in this one.
Going to be a busy man at intermission. And some room to roam now. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And they'll run it here. And he got blown up. And the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Steelers send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. Fielded just inside the 20. Might have been 1 man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And this offense, not able to believe their good fortune probably. 1st and goal at the 2. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in the touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Bucs are going to take the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The point after now for Aguayo. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way. And what else do you have to look out?
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Going for a right side here, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So we are halfway through. Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A chance for us again to look at this Pittsburgh defense. They are down on the scoreboard as we begin the second half and looking to avoid a bigger deficit.
And I can just hear the coaches now. I can hear the head coach. Guys, first 5 minutes, first series of the second half, offense or defense, you've got to set the tone.
They'll try to set that tone here.
But that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
6 yards to go here on second down.
Let's go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Hurry up, here we go.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
Tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up.
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And, oh, that is going to be a safety. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. This is fielded at the 7. The Steelers defense, we watch them get set to go. They forced the punt the last time, got off the field. I'm sure some of your D coordinators through the years, you liked when you heard those words, get off the field.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Or maybe you didn't like it when you heard those words.
It depended on when they were yelling them. But in this situation, absolutely perfect. Get off the field, force a punt, let the offense take over and do their thing, and it resulted in a field goal.
Now we'll see if they can do that again.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you're worried about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Here we go now.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 and the 34.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They come out here in the eye.
Green, 39. Green.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough 3rd down awaits them.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They'll set up to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. That's caught at the 1. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yes. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Return team.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And his first throw here is incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steelers defense getting ready here. They're hoping to keep this margin right where it is, trailing third quarter. Don't want to get down anymore.
You're exactly right. They're in no position to give up any more points. They have to keep it in a spot where if their offense does catch a spark and get hot, they've got a chance to come back and win this game.
I guess the word manageable, you always want to keep it manageable, right?
Make sure that the game doesn't get away, and mentally you look up at the scoreboard and say, there's no chance of us coming back.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Looking to throw, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Let's go!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
That's caught at the 3. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie. The first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Aguayo on for the PAT. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
Offside, defense. Still second down.
Gun. They'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So here's 3rd and 20, and with a long yardage, defense going with a nickel look. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
But has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 36.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. So still in search of the first down after that last completion. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Again, he'll drop to throw. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be fourth down.
The way the game's played now, you almost can take position affiliations off of guys. He may have been a running back, but they count on him to be a receiver and catch that football.
But he could not catch it. A big drop on third down.
Let's go!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. He only needed a few inches, but they stop him behind the line. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Hey, 4 down. Let's
They go play action here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot. We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Come on, let's go!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And this will probably be the last play they can squeeze in here before the 2-minute warning.
Defense always has to be careful in this situation. A lot of teams like to take a shot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They come up in an offset eye. And now here's a carry heading left. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Let's go!
So now it's 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. It's the fullback taking it in. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So completion on second down. That brings up third.
Let's go. All right, here we go.
On play action, they'll throw. He's got time. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and 10 here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Here we go.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Let's go. White 90. White 90. You. Motion. Motion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's caught at the 2. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.